Elon Musk just dropped a bombshell. X is pulling out of Brazil. Facing threats of arrest and accusations of censorship, Musk isn't backing down. But is this a bold stand for free speech or a dangerous precedent for tech companies defying governments? So without further ado, let's get into the case. Elon Musk, the ever-controversial billionaire, just dropped a bombshell. His social media platform, X, is packing up and leaving Brazil. Why? Well, Musk isn't happy about what he calls censorship orders from a Brazilian judge, Alexandre de Moraes. Apparently, Moraes ordered X to block certain accounts, which Musk didn't take too kindly to. Musk, being Musk, decided the best response was to pull the plug on X's operations in the country altogether. But let's be honest, when does Musk ever play by the rules? It's a classic Musk move: take the most dramatic action possible and let the world deal with the fallout. The root of all this drama? Judge Moraes has been investigating what he calls digital militias in Brazil, groups accused of spreading fake news and hate speech, especially during the presidency of Jair Bolsonaro. Moraes ordered X to block accounts linked to these groups, but Musk isn't exactly a fan of playing the censor. Instead of quietly complying, Musk decided to challenge these orders, calling them unconstitutional. But when you're up against a judge who's not afraid to issue arrest threats, it's clear this wasn't going to end with a handshake. It's a showdown that feels more like a Wild West standoff than a legal dispute. After a bit of back and forth, Musk's team initially tried to comply with the judge's orders, but apparently things didn't go as smoothly as planned. Lawyers for X told Brazil's Supreme Court that operational faults were to blame for accounts staying active when they were supposed to be blocked. In other words, the tech just didn't work the way it was supposed to. But let's be real, when does anything tech-related go off without a hitch? Still, it's a pretty bold move to blame the machines when your company's under fire. It's almost like saying, don't blame us, blame the robots. Musk didn't stop at just complaining online. He went full exposure mode by sharing the secret order from Moraes that threatened X's legal team. Musk wanted everyone to see exactly what was going on behind the scenes. It's like pulling back the curtain to reveal the wizard isn't so friendly after all. But Musk's real message? Don't mess with me or my company. It's a classic Musk move. Fight back with as much public drama as possible. After all, who doesn't love a good showdown between a billionaire and a government? And let's face it, Musk isn't one to shy away from a little or a lot of public spectacle. Despite all the noise, X announced that their service would remain available to Brazilians, just without any local operations. So while the offices might be shutting down, people in Brazil can still tweet or X or whatever we're calling it these days. It's a bit like saying, we're not really leaving, but we're definitely not staying. Musk seems to be trying to have his cake and eat it too, keep the users but dodge the legal headaches. But can a platform really thrive without boots on the ground? It's a risky strategy and one that might just backfire in the long run. Meanwhile, Moraes isn't backing down either. His orders are part of a broader investigation into how social media platforms have been used to manipulate public opinion in Brazil, and Musk's decision to defy these orders isn't exactly helping his case. It's like watching a chess match where both players are convinced they're the smartest one in the room. But in this game, the stakes are more than just a bruised ego. They could shape how social media is regulated in one of the world's largest countries. This legal battle could end up setting a precedent that affects tech companies everywhere. Musk's decision to pull X out of Brazil isn't just a local issue, it's a move that could have global repercussions. Other countries are watching closely to see how this plays out. If Musk can successfully defy a government and walk away unscathed, it might inspire other tech giants to take a similar stand. But if Brazil manages to reel him back in, it could set a precedent for how governments handle big tech's defiance. Either way, it's a bold gamble, and Musk is betting big as usual. The outcome could change the landscape of digital governance on a global scale. As you can imagine, the public reaction has been mixed. Some people are cheering Musk on for standing up to what they see as government overreach. Others are worried that his actions might leave Brazilians more vulnerable to fake news and hate speech. It's a classic Musk situation. Half the world thinks he's a hero, the other half thinks he's gone too far. But isn't that why we're all watching? Love him or hate him, Musk knows how to keep the spotlight on himself. And in the end, that might be exactly what he's counting on. Musk's showdown with Brazil raises a bigger question. How much power should tech companies have? Should they be able to thumb their noses at governments? Or do they have a responsibility to follow the rules even when they disagree? Musk's move to pull out of Brazil might seem like a bold stand for free speech, but it also sets a controversial precedent. If tech giants start picking and choosing which laws to follow, where does that leave the rest of us? Maybe it's time we start asking who's really in charge here, the governments or the billionaires with the biggest platforms. After all, when tech and government clash, it's everyone else who ends up in the crossfire. What did you think about this case? Drop in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe for more content about other events in this world. If you have any other ideas you would like us to share, let me know in the comments. Stay curious. I'll see you in the next video.